So cute.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Monday, November 27th. We have all you need to know about business closures coming to State College, as well as updates on policy change coming to short-term rentals in the area.
We also have more on the stabbing of a high-profile criminal, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Morgan Suppes.
And I'm Kaitlyn Pfeifer.
A well-known pharmacy chain is closing a second location in the State College area. Rite Aid announced its Westerly Parkway location is closing along with the South Atherton location. The Philadelphia chain is shuttering over 200 stores nationwide after filing for bankruptcy. 2 operating locations will remain in State College.
State College's Field Burger and Tap will temporarily close for a major rebuild in March. Toptree's Golf Resort will undergo a full demolition and rebuild, including a new 5-story, 145-room Marriott hotel. The overhaul is expected to last 18 months and aims to attract more travelers and events. The area will feature a conference center, luxury spa, and an expanded meeting space. The $50 million project is under final review and is targeting a summer 2025 opening.
Whether you call them hoagies or subs, there's going to be a new place to get one in State College. Jersey Mike's is officially opening a 3rd shop in the area. A land development plan by Jersey Mike's said it will be opening a new location off Silo Road. It's just one of several commercial properties planned for that area.
A new property maintenance code amendment requires inspections for short-term rental licenses issued from December 1st onward. The move affects properties rented for 29 or fewer days a month. The annual $300 license now requires the same safety inspection as long-term rentals. The change requires a standard rental permit from the Center Region Code Administration. The chill of winter is making its way to Happy Valley, with temperatures this week reaching the low 30s. Mike Witowitz with Campus Weather Service has more details in tonight's weather forecast. Let's take a look.
From the students of the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, State College. Mike Witowitz here with your Campus Weather Service forecast. Starting things off by taking a look back at our radar over the past 24 hours, you can see we saw quite a bit of rain move through yesterday as a low pressure system slid its way through the northeast. That rain cleared out for us as we headed overnight. And what we've been left in the wake of this storm system is just a lot of cold air due to some strong northwesterly flow, bringing in cold air out of Canada and a few snow showers, as we can see populating our radar at this time, especially across northern and western portions of PA. And that's really going to be the story over the next couple of days, is the cold and the snow as we take a look at your weather headlines. Winter chill, especially as I head into the day tomorrow, feels like temperatures with the wind might not make it out of the teens. As well, tomorrow, looking at a chance for a few snow squalls, even down here in State College. And the good news is a late week warm-up is on the way for us, so the cold will last over the next couple days, but won't last too long for us. Taking a look at our high temperatures for today, for most of us, we topped out in the 40s to the low 50s, a few of us only in the 30s, but most of these high temperatures actually occurred at midnight or shortly thereafter. Our temperatures have been holding pretty much steady throughout the day and even dropping from these numbers as we've headed throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours, and it certainly feels much colder out there right now than it did last night, and that's going to continue to be the case as we head into the day tomorrow. As we look at your future radar, you can see snow showers are going to begin to slide their way into the region tomorrow morning. Temperatures are going to be quite chilly as well, only in the 20s to the 30s for us Tomorrow morning is when I think the chance for snow squalls begins to ramp up for us here in State College. Again, not much in the way of accumulation, more just novelty snow, but those visibilities may drop for us briefly here in State College. So if you're hitting the roads, be mindful of that throughout the day tomorrow. Snow showers will continue into the afternoon and the evening hours, especially across the northern tier. But for the rest of the state, the big story is just going to be the cold. Temperatures will be in the 20s for us here in State College, but with those winds, we'll feel about 10 to 15 degrees colder than that, feeling more like the teens throughout much of the day tomorrow. In terms of our snow accumulations, not a whole lot as I mentioned, but there is a possibility that one of those snow squalls could drop a quick coating to a ½ inch of snow here in State College. If you head further north and west of us here in Center County though, that's where you're going to run into the more potential for accumulating snow with that lake enhancement ushering in more rounds of snow squalls rather than just one hit or miss snow squall here or there. That's where they could actually see some more substantial accumulation. As we look at your future radar over the coming days beyond the day on Tuesday, we're going to dry things out Wednesday into Thursday. We'll also initiate a warm-up ahead of our next system, which will move in for the day on Friday with this frontal system and associated low pressure. As that slides through, things will be unsettled Friday into the Saturday, but temperatures will be mild enough that the precipitation should form as all rain throughout the next couple of days. However, that's not the case tonight with our cold temperatures dipping down to 22 degrees with those spotty snow showers, breezy and cold, feeling much colder than 22 with those wind chills. And as we head to the day tomorrow, similar story. Snow showers throughout the day with those gusty winds, 29 feeling more like the teens with those winds out of the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. And as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, beyond Tuesday, as we head into the Wednesday, we'll warm things up a bit. It will certainly feel a whole lot better as temperatures will make it above freezing for us and those winds will die back just a little bit. However, Thursday is when we see the more substantial warm-up with temperatures making it back into the 40s. And as I mentioned, the return of unsettled weather as we head Friday into Saturday. Temperatures holding right around average for us, however, in the 40s as we head into early next week. Well, that does it for your Campus Weather Service forecast. My name is Mike Wojtowicz. Have a great evening.
Thanks, Mike. You always do a wonderful job. Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Ryan Lowy with your sports update. Penn State women's soccer fell a goal short to the Clemson Tigers last Saturday, with the final score being 2-1 in the 2023 NCAA Division I Women's Soccer National Quarterfinals. The Nittany Lions wrap up their 30th varsity season with a 16-3-4 final record. This season included a conference semifinal appearance, the program's 29th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance, and its 14th ever national quarterfinal appearance. Junior Katie McBean and senior Peyton Linehan led the team in goals scored on the season with 10. And senior Ava Alonso led the team in assists with 7. Starting goalkeeper Catherine Asman finished with all 23 starts, 16 wins, just 14 goals allowed, and 83 saves. A 47-20 loss in Erie last Friday brought State College area high school football season to a close. The Little Lions finished the season with an overall record of 7-4 and 6-2 in conference play. Sophomore Deontay Sheffy continues to dominate in PIAA play, ending the season with an average of 52 yards per game. Junior Ty Salazar led the Little Lions in receiving yards per game, averaging 98. Salazar also led the team in total touchdowns this season, finishing with 12. And finally, while Thanksgiving is turkey and stuffing focused for some, for others, it's a big week for football. Both the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys hosted their traditional Thanksgiving home games, while the New York Jets hosted the first ever Black Friday game. Switching fronts to the NCAA. Final regular season games were played this weekend. Tulane's win over UTSA on Friday means New Orleans will be the home to the 2023 AAC championship for the second straight year. Michigan's win over Ohio State secured their place in the 2023 Big Ten football championship against Iowa next weekend in Indianapolis. This year also didn't show enough 6-win programs, paving the way for the James Madison Dukes to compete for a bowl game for the first time in school history. That's all we have for sports. After the break, Juliana Trudeau has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
Hey everybody,
Welcome
thank you
back
for
to
tuning
PSN
into this
News.
edition
I'm
of Penn
Juliana
State.
Tordo with your entertainment update. This Friday, Old Dominion will be coming to perform at the Bryce Jordan Center. This stop is one of many on their Memory Lane tour. The country band is best known for hits like One Man Band, Memory Lane, and No Such Thing as a Broken Heart. Country stars Kylie Morgan and Chase Rice will be opening for the group. Tickets are still on sale now via Ticketmaster, with doors opening at 6:30 Friday for a great night of music. But that's not all the Bryce Jordan Center has to offer this weekend. Superstar comedian John Mulaney will be performing a brand new hour of stand-up comedy this Sunday on his John Mulaney in Concert tour. Mulaney is a two-time Emmy Award-winning actor, writer, and comedian. He's also best known for his work on Saturday Night Live as a writer and actor, along with his various Netflix stand-up comedy specials. For a night full of laughs, tickets can still be purchased on Ticketmaster, with the show beginning at 8. Back on campus, our reporter Jade Bramwell was recently able to attend an event in honor of Transgender Awareness Month and is in the studio with more details. Jade?
Thanks, Juliana. A few weeks back, I was honored to attend Penn State's Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity, Transgender Remembrance vigil on campus. This event was one out of many hosted by the center. Let's take a look.
It's a poignant reminder of the lives lost and the struggles faced by transgender individuals all around the world.
As the holiday season rolls around, our world is reflecting on the lives that were changed this year due to loss. One community that has been majorly affected by this is the LGBTQIA+ community. During the month of November, Transgender Awareness Month and Transgender Remembrance Week takes place every year from November 13th to November 20th to highlight and discuss important issues plaguing the trans community. One organization on campus that is working to continue for the fight of transgender remembrance and support is the Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity. On November 14th, the CSGD hosted their annual Transgender Remembrance Vigil. Transgender Remembrance Month takes place each year in November in honor of those trans lives that have passed away due to violence against trans people and share their stories across the globe and here at Penn State. Second year and student programming member of the Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity, Georgia Few, spoke about the importance of this event throughout the country and inside Penn State.
News coverage does not cover a lot of transgender loss throughout the year. Their voices and their names just are not heard in modern media. So recognizing that within our own school is really important for students to understand what is at stake whenever you are gender or genderqueer.
Center for Sexual and Gender Diversity worker Ryan Stroll spoke about his experience as a queer trans man and how this event can bring everyone together.
So this event is extremely important to open people's eyes across Penn State and recognize that transgender community is strong but is facing hardships such as this.
To learn more about Transgender Awareness Week and ways to get involved with supporting the transgender community, go to studentaffairs.psu.edu/CSGD for more information. Reporting from Penn State Network News, I'm Jade Bramwell. Transgender Awareness Month is held throughout November, and many Penn State organizations have held events focused on awareness throughout the month. Back to you, Juliana.
Thanks, Jade. The Hunger Games is back and taking the world by storm once again with its brand new prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The movie is set 64 years before the original Hunger Games film and novel. It follows a young President Snow and his integral role in the 10th annual Hunger Games, along with District 12 tribute Lucy Gray Baird. The film stars actors such as Tom Blythe, Viola Davis, Hunter Schafer, and Rachel Zegler, and even features music from Olivia Rodrigo. The movie continues to overperform and top the domestic box office, grossing a worldwide total of nearly $200 million. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Courtney Green will be speaking with Nick Stone-Cipher, the editor-in-chief of the Daily Collegian. Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Ready, Mike? 3, 2, fade in on 2, Mike and Q.
This is Nittany Talk.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
When he knew that, how do you say
I know.
She continues to hold her values and everything though, and I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So insane, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
If you don't include human beings
you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
The natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
Been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State. Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Courtney Green, and with me tonight is Nick Stonecipher, the editor-in-chief of the Daily Collegian. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, so how's it going?
It's good. It's good. How about yourself?
I'm good. So I want to say, we're from the same area. I'm from Virginia, you're from Maryland. What kind of made you want to come to Penn State?
It was a really big school. There was a lot of people. I mean, like, where I'm from, it's a bit smaller town. Still like closer big area, like Nova, Virginia area, but it's still a bit of a smaller town. Like, I knew all the same people, all the people going to UMD, were people I knew going to high school. So it was like good for me to get out of town, but also this is a really good school with a lot of good programs. I didn't really know 100% what I wanted to do right away, so it was a good place for me to figure that out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what does the editor-in-chief do with the Daily Collegian day to day? And can you kind of explain to our audience what makes the Daily Collegian a standout paper on campus?
Well, what don't I do day to day? There's a lot. Let's see. Right away, I come in and it's just like, I get a lot of emails day to day. Most of it's spam, which is good, but like answering emails, talking to people that have questions about articles, a lot of managerial stuff, getting people in our staff, letting them know what they got to do day to day, week to week, stuff like that. Just going out and chatting with them. There's a lot of us there day to day here in the Willard building. So, and then, what makes it such a standout paper, I think it's really it's the people that want to be here every day and really grind it out, to get really good stories, to really do the best coverage that they think they can do. And, it's like, it's a bit my job to like facilitate the best versions of themselves. I like to think about it that way and push them to be the best.
I love to hear that. Yeah. So out of all the coverage you've seen so far this semester, what kind of stands out to you that you really liked, that really spoke to you?
There's so much. Everybody from all our different staffs always does such a great job, and specific stuff. Day-to-day beat coverage is always great. Our news staff is always just, on top of it. Our lifestyle and entertainment beats are always just coming up with fun, creative stuff to engage the younger audience. Mm-hmm. Just so much. Big football season this season, a lot of expectations behind that. But so there's so much. There's so much that I can't catch it all.
Yeah, I get that. So have you ever thought about doing a collaboration with anything else like Valley Mag on campus?
There's like some stuff that's in the works right now with other organizations, within the College of Com and stuff like that we're planning to do. It's really in its infancy, so there's not a whole lot I can say about it yet, but it's a lot of interesting stuff that we're actually pretty excited about. So
that's awesome. Yeah. I know we have so many talented people here, so I wanted to ask you that. Outside of that, what was kind of pivotal to your experience being here at Penn State in wanting you to take on that position and kind of growing you as a journalist?
Yeah, I've been with the Collegian since I was a freshman. You're a senior too. Like, we were that first really group back on campus after COVID, and getting involved right away was something that really was important to me. And, it was like, I'll never forget it. Like, my mom just pulled out a Collegian off the street and was like, "You should do this." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Well, you said you want to do journalism, so you can do that."
Yeah.
So, I got involved, and it was like a big family. Like, right away, like, I just really was bought in, especially when you have nothing to do but sit in your dorm or go write stories.
Yeah.
So that was like a big part of me, just wanted to do the most for this place.
That's awesome. What do you think was the coolest story that you covered?
I definitely think one of my favorite stories that I covered for the Collegian was, I wouldn't say it was like the coolest, but it was like one of the most like ones I'm proud of was, if you know Zara Moss and her story. She was a former fencer here at Penn State, and she recently sued the university and her former head coach, for, allegations of different kinds of abuse and Title IX violations. And, earlier on, there was all the breaking news coverage going on surrounding that, but we at the Collegian did like one really good in-depth piece, just like really great to hear her story that she was willing to share with me learn more about the program. And then that was like, I don't know if it's true now, given it's been like a year since the story was written, but it's one of Penn State's most successful athletic programs. It's like a, secret like superstar of the athletics department, and it has all this stuff bubbling under the surface.
Yeah, that's great that you were able to like uncover that. If like a younger journalist came up to you and asked you for like a story idea, where would you kind of guide them for pitches?
I just say go with your gut. I mean, go out in the world. Like the story, you got to find the story. A lot of the times the story isn't going to find you. So you got to go out there. You got to talk to people. You got to learn about the ecosystem that you're in, how things work is a big thing. And like exposing when things are not being done correctly is, a big part of what we do is like journalists and watchdogs. So figure out, where you're at, figure out what does and doesn't need to be done and see if it's being done.
Gotcha. So you definitely want to go into print journalism when you graduate, or are you kind of looking all over?
Yeah, I mean, print is like, I don't know. I just say journalism now because print is like a different kind of medium. I just want to like, I just want to write. I just want to do stuff for publications. I used to run a podcast. So like any kind of journalism that is like fun is what I like to do.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about your podcast. I know it's called The Wraparound.
Yes.
You said you were done doing it for now. Can you tell us like a little bit about it and kind of what got you into it?
Yeah, I mean, a buddy and I from the Collegian, like earlier on when I was still reporting, we started this podcast. And I mean, just like we birthed it. It was like a sit down regular format to start, but then we moved it out to the street into a video format. And it kind of turned into like a fun little interview segment we did.
Yeah. If any other podcast hosts are kind of looking to improve their content and potentially to a level where they also, like you were, be nominated for an award, what recommendations would you have for them?
Consistency was a big thing. Like there's days where it's like really difficult and like you don't want to do it. And it does feel like a chore at times just because you're struggling to figure out ideas. But like the days that we had no idea going into it were some of the days where we came up with some of the best ideas. It's like, necessity is like the mother of ingenuity.
Yeah.
It's like stuff like that.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking to me. I loved being able to meet you. And I really liked learning about your experience at the Collegian Journalism at Penn State. So now stay tuned because coming up next, Morgan and Kaitlyn will have the latest news from across the nation.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, you're here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
The Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd is expected to survive after being stabbed. The Minnesota Attorney General's office said that Derek Chauvin was seriously injured last week after an altercation with a fellow inmate. Chauvin is serving a life sentence in federal prison in Arizona. Chauvin's stabbing is the second high-profile attack on a federal prisoner in the last 5 months. In July, convicted sports doctor Larry Nassar was stabbed in federal prison in Florida and also survived.
Guido Izquierdo Ortega faces first-degree murder charges in Denver following a fatal stabbing at a homeless encampment. Witnesses reported he harassed a group of Venezuelan immigrants before the incident. Police revealed video evidence that showed Izquierdo Ortega arguing, pulling a knife, and threatening people. Despite efforts to keep him at bay, he stabbed a man who later died. Bystanders threw items, subduing Izquierdo Ortega, but his motive remains unclear.
A growing number of states are taking steps to reduce food waste. New York is now implementing a new program that requires large businesses to donate edible food instead of sending it to landfills. The concern is food takes up valuable landfill space and releases large amounts of greenhouse gas, which is a contributor to climate change. As of late October, the program has redistributed 5 million pounds of food to those in need. 10 states in the District of Columbia are implementing similar programs.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is stressing immediate climate action after visiting Antarctica ahead of the COP28 conference. There he saw melting ice, which is driven by human-caused global warming. It impacts sea levels and ocean habitats. The COP28 conference is an opportunity to strengthen climate commitments, demand a global phase-out of fossil fuels, and promote renewable energy. Pope Francis's unprecedented attendance highlights climate as a moral imperative. Now that concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.